Hello everyone. Today, in a really humid and rainy day in Mumbai, we are looking at a scooty that comes straight from the TVS's racing DNA. Any guesses? Have a look for yourself. So this is a 2019 variant of the NTORQ, the DS4 variant. It reads Scooty of the Year, bold and clear year, the brand name and the scooty name year, which is in gloss red. It has the India flag here, which is a really pretty look that all the TVS motorcycles have. It reads Smart X Connect, which I'll be talking about more in the later part of this video. It says a 125cc engine, which actually is a 124.8cc engine. The exhaust is pretty nice here, and you can see a red fan here, which is really a nice look, a different touch to the scooty. It has NTORQ written here, really bold and nice, embossed here. It has a tail section, pretty clean, nice air vents here, and pretty sweet, good to look at. And all over is really sporty look, which has a carbon fiber finish here, which is not an actual carbon fiber. It is just plastic, but then yeah, it looks carbon fiber here on the instrument cluster, and yeah, pretty much that is how the ergonomics look of the scooty. So on the front it has a small DRL here on the bottom and a normal bulb on the top here, which really looks nice, the DRL. Once you turn on the switch, you see the DRL, which is pretty sweet. It looks nice here. The halogen is pretty bright, and once you turn it on, it looks something like this. This is the pass that I'm giving. It has a pass switch here, which is really functional to use. Pretty easy and handy. It also has a kill switch here, which really less scooties have. The instrument cluster is something really beautiful. I'll come back to this later. On the back hit, so we have a T-shaped DRL here, which stays on whenever you turn on the ignition. We also have the brake lights here. Once you engage the brake, these are all bulbs here, which get brightened up. We also have the indicator here, which is again a bulb, and the indicator here again a bulb. We could expect a LED indicator, but then it's fine. That's something that TVS is providing with the scooty. So coming to the boot, you can open the boot from here. You have a multi-purpose key here, where you can, if you turn it this way, you can open the boot. The boot is pretty spacious. It can accommodate a half-face helmet, not a full-face helmet because it's not that big. It has a lamp here, which is pretty functional. If you want to see something in the night, you can have a look into the boot. You have a USB charger here, so this enables you to plug in your USB, and you can charge your cell phone here inside. So it is pretty spacious. You can keep your papers, your documents, your first aid kits, and everything here. So yeah, coming back to the second part of the key, if you turn on the key on this side, it opens up the fuel tank. So from here you can fuel up. So if you're riding with someone, you don't need to get up, and you can just actually the rider will have to get up, because it would be more functional if the fuel opener was here instead of here, because even in that case the rider has to get up and come here to open it. So now coming to the good part of the scooty, you have a really beautiful looking and a really informative instrument cluster here. So you see it's completely digital and it looks beautiful. It welcomes you by hello, Mr. whatever your phone is connected to. You enter your name, customize your name here. You have the street mode here. We have the the temperature indicator, the fuel indicator, the real time, what is the time right now, the kilometers, the trip meter, the speed you can see here. You can click on the mode button and you can shift to mode. So now I'm in the sports mode, where I can actually lap my timings, my lap time, my speed, my lap distance. You can also see the top speed that I have in my lap. So yeah, we have a lot of functions here available on the instrument cluster. Also, the instrument cluster is Bluetooth enabled, so you can connect your cell phone here. You can see real-time data, where scooty's last parked, what's your high speed, and everything is also accessible through your cell phone. The mirrors are pretty wide. You can see the the world behind you. A small nice functional piece here. It looks really clean here, but when you pull this out, you have a luggage carrier here, which can hold up to 3 kgs here, as well as the luggage carrier here can hold up to 3 kgs, which is nice. Yeah, that's how it works. So you can attach something here, place it here. You can, if you're not using this, you can put it back in if you want to use it up to 3 kgs here. So on the front we have a 220mm disc, which is really nice to have on the front, which gives you a lot of stopping power. On the rear we have a 130mm drum, which is pretty much visible from here. And it has a SBS, which is synchronized braking system, which is pretty good. The tire on the front is a 12-inch wheel with a 100 by 80 section. On the rear it is a 110 by 80 section tire. We have a hydraulic monoshock absorber here on the rear, and on the front we have a telescopic absorber. It also has diamond cut alloy wheels here, which looks really pretty, and if they're not dirty obviously. So yeah. So the leg room here is sufficient. It is not very more. I could expect some more leg space here because I'm a short rider. But if you're a tall rider above 6, like my friend here, you may see that your legs are not really comfortable. Your leg is, your knee is hitting the part here. The seat is pretty soft for the rider as well as for the pillion. The grab rails are pretty nice, good to hold on to. There is a small hole here where you can hook something, or you can actually, pull in your bungee cords and you can tie something here if you want. There's a crash guard here. There's a crash guard here, which is really nice to have if something hits your scooty. So it's really protected. So enough of talking. Let's take this cute baby for a spin. The horn is pretty loud and clear, and the exhaust note, honestly I feel it's pretty nice, unique. I mean, I have hardly heard such an thick and such a bassful exhaust note, such a scooty exhaust in any scooty available right now. I like it, that's pretty good. The buttons have a nice tactile feel to it, and it does not feel like a low quality button at all. It feels like a nice, clean, good quality button. And the seat is nice and comfortable. I feel that it is too soft. I mean, if I were to ride for more than 3 hours, I would have a numb butt, but then that's okay because scooties are not meant for a long ride. So I think it is pretty soft enough for a nice urban ride. So the NTORQ has a 124.8cc engine which produces 9.2 horsepower at around 7,500 RPM and 10.5 Newton meter of torque at 5,500 RPM, which is pretty decent compared to the others in the segment. I mean, it's pretty good. But the NTORQ is a bit on the bulkier side compared to the others. It weighs around 116.1 kgs, which is pretty bulky. But then it gives the scooty stability at higher speeds on highways. So on the instrument cluster, you can see a green light here, which shows it's in eco mode, and when I accelerate harder it becomes orange here, which shows that it's in power mode, which is pretty interesting. And on off-road you can see the scooty managed to ride pretty well. So even with so much of weight on the NTORQ, it really is agile on its wheels, and I think the sweet spot of the scooty is on the mid-range. It performs exceptionally good on the mid-range. So the scooty has a 5-liter fuel tank, and after a whole year of riding I realized that the scooty gives an average of about 36 to 38 kilometers per liter, which is around about 180 or 190 kilometers per full tank, which is pretty decent in the segment. So this scooter costs about 84,000 rupees on-road price with a fire insurance plan, and it is best for the people who are looking for a nice urban scooter which keeps them attached to the racing DNA. So now I'll be going and taking a ride, and it goes without saying, do not forget to wear your helmets. Ciao.